Are you considering buying the Liki Trike by Doona? I'm going to answer the 5 biggest questions I had before buying. So if you don't know, Doona is a small company that essentially makes 2 products. You may have seen the Doona car seat and Stroller. Obviously, we're going to talk about the other product, the Liki Trike. We bought the trike a little over a month ago, and when I was searching, I couldn't really find any honest reviews of the Liki, so I decided to make one. I also want to note our experience is only the parent mode, so I can't provide an in-depth review of the other stages yet, but I think a lot of what I'm going to cover covers the other stages as well. In case you're new here, this is Relevant Parenthood. We do reviews just like this, so if you enjoy this video, feel free to like and sub up. Like I said, before we bought this, I really struggled to find any other reviews, so I hope this video can help people trying to decide. Here are some of the major questions I had when researching. Is there really a need for a stroller trike in general? Am I ridiculous if I spend $250 for a trike? Is the Liki really that much better than its cheaper competitors? Do I really need a folding trike? And what are the biggest cons? We're going to answer each one of those. If you have a question that I don't answer, go ahead and comment and I'll be sure to answer you. But first up, the unboxing experience. The trike comes shipped in a nice box. There are only a few loose pieces in it. First is the already assembled trike. Then you have a cup holder and the parent control bar. You'll also have a storage bag if you bought the S3 or the S5 models. And lastly, you have a back support piece for when your kid doesn't need the parent control bar anymore. Setting up the trike was a little tricky the first time, but as you can see, I was able to do it fairly quickly without looking at the instructions. Realistically, setup and takedown takes about 30 seconds each. Overall, it's not a hard assembly, and once you've done it a few times, you'll be really quick. Okay, now that we've seen that, let's get into the questions. Is there really a need for a stroller trike in general? There's absolutely no need for a stroller trike at all, but after using this for a while, I can honestly tell you it's totally transformed the way our son walks. We have a Baby Jogger City Mini GT stroller, long name, which is really great, but Rowan tends to relax in it a lot. He ends up tilting to the side, and he has limited viewing angles. The trike has made the walk much more interactive. He also has almost a 360-degree view, and he sits really upright. It's like he's just a part of the walk much more now. We can tell how much he enjoys walking in this trike versus the regular stroller. We still do use our regular stroller, but only in certain circumstances. If we go on a long walk or a bit more off-roading, then we'll use our regular stroller. The trike is better for short walks. The longest we've walked with the trike is probably about 45 minutes. Am I ridiculous if I spend $250 on a trike? I'm not going to lie, it's expensive. If you don't have room in your budget, then don't get it. But like anything else, you have to weigh the value versus the cost. Personally, I'm a sucker for innovative baby products. But here's how we justified buying it. I would rather buy something that's nice, works well, and lasts. I don't want to have to buy multiple cheap trikes versus one good one. Also, we hope to be blessed with more children in the future, which could use it. You may have a different situation, which might lead you to a different decision. But to answer the question, no, you aren't ridiculous if you spend that much. Some products provide way more value than the cost. We are constantly going on walks, so there's a lot of value in it for us. If you don't walk very much, then it's just probably not worth it. Is the Liki really that much better than its cheaper competitors? I was overwhelmed with how many trikes showed up on Amazon. I wanted to find a good product from a brand that I trusted. I looked a lot into Radio Flyer, Smart Trike, and Juvie. While I haven't used any of those trikes, I did do a fair amount of searching online, and here are 3 advantages that I found the Doona has. The first one is premium build quality. Some of the reviewers of the other trikes said the products felt cheap. This means maybe connections aren't as solid and cheaper materials. Think plasticky feel. This could come down to a cost difference. You get what you pay for kind of thing. I don't really get the cheap build quality impression when using the Liki Trike. Next would be the parent control bar. When you turn the control bar, you want the wheel to turn nicely. I saw some people saying there was some slop between the control bar and the wheels on some other trikes. Third advantage would be folding. Some of you, this might not matter, but the Liki Trike folds up fairly compact. Most trikes don't fold up. I did see a couple that do, but not nearly as compact as the Doona. That leads me nicely into the next question. Do I really need a folding trike? This answer will vary. Here's a couple scenarios where this feature might help you. If you plan on bringing the trike anywhere with your car, maybe to your in-laws or a park. I guess it can be used on an airplane as well. I don't really know how useful that will be for anyone, but they do market it like that. The other scenario is if you don't have a good spot to store a full trike in your home. This would probably apply to anyone living in an apartment, condo, or a smaller home. We live in a townhome and we don't have an attached garage, so this really impacts us. We are able to fold it up and put it in our entryway closet. If we know we're going to use it a lot, we leave it fully assembled and out by the front door. Now, if you have a single family home with a garage and space to store a trike, you probably won't get much value out of the folding feature. All right, the last big question. What are the biggest cons? One of the cons I saw online before buying was that it wasn't very large. Doona rates this from 10 months to 3 years. Our son is 15 months, so we have a while to go in order for me to be the judge of that. With that said, here are the biggest cons that we've found so far. The wheels. They aren't bad, but they definitely could be better. They're large enough to go over most cracks, but sometimes they have a trouble rolling over some level changes, and you end up repeatedly slamming into it. They don't have much shock absorption, so your kid will feel a lot of the bumps. We've used the trike every day for a month, and the wheels have a little wear as expected, but not too bad. So overall, they fall in between cheap plastic wheels and the all-terrain wheels on my City Mini GT. Second, the parent control bar stores separately. The S3 and S1 models don't have a large storage bag for you to store it when it's folded up. The S5 has a nice pocket in the large storage bag. I understand this is just part of the design to make it compact, but it's worth noting because you have to keep track of it. Third, the lack of storage. I really wish there was a better storage solution. There is a bag that can hang around the bar, but it's just not as convenient as I would like. Ideally, I could store a water bottle and my phone somewhere more accessible. I will note the cup holder for your kid is nice, but you can't keep it on when you're folding it up. And fourth, staying in a straight line is a little hard. Turning is really nice, but when you try to go straight, it's harder. That's just due to the design. The control bar directly turns the wheel, compared to a stroller which has swivel wheels in the front. Most walks, we don't notice this too much, but sometimes I end up steering left and right in little swoops until I get it right. It's important to note that every product is going to have cons. No perfect trike exists on the market. You just have to figure out which one works best for you and your family. Nothing has bothered us too much, but I wanted to be honest about what we found. Alright, some closing thoughts. I know it's cheesy, but our favorite part of the trike is just how much Rowan loves it. He gets so excited when he knows he's about to go on a ride. Sometimes if it's rainy, I'll just push him around inside in circles. So we've been happy with the purchase and don't regret it at all. Well, that's it everyone. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps you. If it did, please consider hitting the like button or subscribing. I would really appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one.